Hobbies. There's one for everyone. Whether you're a thrill seeker, the creative type, never heard of deodorant, or have a crippling gambling addiction. Hobbies have been part of the human experience for as long as we've had the need for play and leisure. There's some blurred lines as to when hobbies were formally recognized in written history, but the modern form of hobbies as we know them today existed sometime after the Industrial Revolution when rapid developments in machinery meant that people didn't need to dedicate as much time towards work and thus could allocate some time towards activities that were less about productivity and more about self-fulfillment. With that history, it's obvious that hobbies aren't a new thing, but today, I think you'll agree that hobbies have been taking the spotlight far more than usual. Scroll for a minute on any social media platform and you'll see your friends either bouldering, hiking, doing Muay Thai, or playing games for the elderly because they don't have the patience to develop their skills towards being good at anything. Perhaps I just have a little too much screen time, but I do want to know what's up with this phenomenon of hobbymaxxing among the mid-20s to early 30-year-olds. Is this just a fad that's sure to die down once our generation's tiny attention span is used up? Or is this a sign of bleaker things going on in the wider economy? Well, what better way to find out than going on a hobbymaxxing journey myself? Here's what I've learned. We don't really need to stray from fundamentals. Hobbies are fun and they're often one of the few remaining sources of joy in an otherwise bleak and meaningless existence. To outsiders, hobbies can sometimes appear childish, but I don't think that should be taken as an insult. Hobbies can be childish by design because they're used to remind us of the lighter, more carefree lives we used to live in our youth. Amidst the crisis going on in the world, having hobbies is a privilege that could mean the difference for someone just wanting to feel the fullness of being alive. Part of the reason I even started this channel was me wanting to break the monotony of my corpo job and get back to something I really like doing, writing about stuff I actually cared about. I'm sure that's the case for most people sharing their hobbies online. Those are just people doing what they do for the love of the game, and I think that's awesome. Although, the love of the game alone doesn't really explain why it seems that everyone is suddenly really into Pilates now, does it? While we do love our hobbies, we have to admit the reality that its rise is partially driven by the self-sustaining FOMO machine that is social media. Nobody has ever decided to pick up a pickleball paddle because they saw an actual athlete excel at it. Most first-time picklers did so because they saw their friends sharing stories of themselves and either got curious or felt that they did not want to be left out. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with participating in trends. Participating in trends is one way we can observe the basic human survival mechanism of seeking belongingness with a group of other humans. Where things get bad though is when trends turn into kindling for insecurity and narcissism. For certain types of insufferable people, you know the types, having a cool hobby has become their substitute for developing an actual personality. Now, I am in no way saying that people with Instagram accounts dedicated to bouldering are narcissists only interested in trying to look cool with equipment that looks like children's toys. No, those are the pickleballers. What I am saying is that it's unfortunate that fun, healthy, and fulfilling hobbies and their communities of genuinely passionate people get ruined by the influx of clout chasers who are really only in it for the aesthetic. This has led to what I can only call as hobbyflation or the hobby arms race, where clout chasers keep finding or even inventing new hobbies to show off because they simultaneously want to feel belongingness while at the same time standing out as someone that others should envy. Well, this does make sense. I feel that there is a piece missing from this argument. Clout chasers and social climbers have long existed before. Why are they only now taking over hobbies specifically? Back in the day, one way that boomers would show off to one another was through real estate and other properties. This is why most older financial advice focused on telling people to make saving up for a house their financial priority. Unfortunately, seeing as you're here with me, you and I both know that we are never affording our own homes within our lifetimes. The prices of homes have gone so far up above our means that a lot of Zoomers have just straight up given up on the idea of being able to ever buy a home. By giving up on buying a home though, the part of an employed Zoomer salary supposed to go towards buying real estate now suddenly becomes a massive pool of disposable income. Economists have noted this shift in Zoomer spending habits, often forgoing hard assets like homes or land, and instead focusing on experiences and lifestyle spending, such as on travel, concerts, and of course, relevant to this video, hobbies. You'll see this trend once you take a closer look at which retail sectors are thriving. Toy stores with grown-ups instead of kids, bookstores selling more gambling boxes than books, and now, straight up hobbymaxxing subscription services. Essentially, hobbies became the new way to flex because it's the only cool thing left you can afford at this point. Apart from those nerds studying economics, we can also look towards memes, the people's social thermometer. The stereotypes around hobbies were solidified with one meme: your unemployed friend at 2 p.m. on a Monday, poking fun at the random activities associated with having so much free time from being unemployed. With memes serving as a commentary on reality, perhaps another reason hobbies have been exploding is because of a terrible job market with its layoffs, ghost listings, and endless layers of interviews that go nowhere. I didn't want to end this video on such a downer, so I will put this out there. I think it's pretty poetic that hobbies, something so fun and joyful, came out of the bleakness of the times we're living in. For me, it speaks to the resolve of the indomitable human spirit to keep getting up no matter what pushes us down. In a world of Microsoft Excel, we found triumph in unnecessary accidents. Fad or not, I think hobbymaxxing is a net good for everyone. Yes, clout chasers ruin great things, but always remember that clout is something that they are cursed to forever chase just to satisfy themselves. While you have this gift of being in control of your happiness, for your joy comes no matter the season. No matter what you see on social media, always remember that you will always be enough, and you do not need to feel bad for not doing something cool in your life. The coolest thing about you is you, not the things you do. Hobbies form just a small part of the beautiful tapestry of all the little things that make you, you. So, keep doing what you love and keep doing things that make you happy, no matter if it's in or not.